And welcome to the Invention Licensing Show. I'm your host, David Fidoa, and I'm here to help you license your products. We're going to talk about the difference between crazy Uncle Wobbes and me. So let us jump right into it. I talk about crazy Uncle Wobbes, and the reason I use that is you hear about these inventors that are in their attic, in their garage, that tinker all day long and talk about how great their inventions are, but they have never monetized their products. And this is the difference I wanted to bring to everybody, is you hear about all these different inventors that have great world-changing ideas, but nothing ever happens with them. And so And I wanted to contrast that with an inventor. I mean, there's inventors out there that invent super simple products, but monetize and have their life changed. And that's where the value is, right? In the monetization. Because when you monetize, that means it is on the market. It is selling. It is creating value for other people. And so even if you have these great, amazing, world-changing ideas, it doesn't matter. You can have two different people, and one is creating simple innovation that's on the market selling, that is making money, it's changing their life, it's changing their family's life. And then you can have somebody that has absolutely amazing innovation, changing the world in their head, not in reality. And that's the contrast I wanted to show, is that it doesn't matter what your inventions are that you're writing on paper in your laboratory, in your attic, or in your garage. Until you start to bring them to market. This is where your value add is. It's how it changes your life. And so, and a lot of times that difference in scope with working with so many inventors, I have a lot of inventors that have come to me, just very innovative things, but unable to make it to market. And then contrasting people with very simple products that are novelty in nature, but not necessarily world-changing, but they're just fun, and they make it to market and they make a bunch of money off of it. And so it's like this interesting thing where you can have innovation that can literally change people's lives, ways to create energy and, safety devices, but they can't make it to market. And one of the things that I see in the difference in these two inventors is their ability to communicate their product. And let me expand upon that. It's when you have an innovation and you're not able to crisply and clearly communicate the benefits to somebody else, then they don't have that excitement. So they don't want to necessarily move forward with it. And so when you have this great extravagant innovation, but you're not able to communicate it, then nobody wants to help you with it, and you're alone. And you can't do this process alone. One of the visualizing things that I see, or how I explain this, or how I see it myself, is there's a wall around each individual. Every person has this wall around them. And each of us has a hole in the wall. And our hole is different sizes. And some people have smaller holes. And this hole is your ability to communicate to the outside world. You have ideas inside your head. How do you communicate them is very important. Through drawings, through verbal communication, through designs, through prototypes, right? And so your ability to communicate is how big your hole is. And so if you have a very small hole, you have a very limited ability to communicate. You're not able to draw, you're not able to build a prototype, you're not able to explain it in words. Well, then you're going to have a difficult time bringing that innovation to market because your hole is small. Your ability to communicate is limited. But you have people that have innovations that are novelty in nature, not necessarily world-changing, but their ability to communicate is large, right? They can build prototypes, they can do drawings, they can communicate it verbally, and they get other people excited, right? They have a huge hole of communication, and that's the way products get licenses, through this hole of communication. Our wall is our constraint. Our hole is our ability. So the way you can expand that, and this is something that I've had a lot of my inventors do, is I realized there's times when I need to draw something. And so when I draw it, people still wouldn't understand it. So I took a drawing class, and now I can draw not necessarily well. I still do stick figures, but I understand how to put the drawing in a way that other people can understand it. And so I expanded my whole. And then I started to learn how to communicate with 3D designers, right? I started working with 3D designers, and now I can take my drawings, I can give it to them, and then I can work with them to make a 3D model. Oh, now my whole just got bigger, because now I'm not only just drawings, but I have professional 3D renderings of a product. And then I learned how to start to prototype. I learned how to, build stuff, right? My whole is expanded, and it continues to expand as I continue to work on different projects, right? Because then I've worked with designers and then started to do 3D printing. I've never done 3D printing myself, but I've had other people do it for me. And so my ability to communicate is expanding, and that's what you need to do. And that's the difference a lot of times between people that get your products licensed and ones that don't, is your ability to communicate to the outside world what your product, what your innovation not only does, but how it benefits other people. And that's why it's important. So let's go out there and expand your skill set by learning maybe how to draw, or the issue is I can't say go do this, because I don't know what it is for you. And so when you go out and start to communicate your product ideas to people, you have to listen to them. And if they're having a difficult time understanding what you're trying to convey, you need to add a skill set so that your hole in the wall gets bigger and you're able to communicate better. I realized that my hole was very small. I wasn't able to communicate my benefits and my excitement to other people, and so I started expanding it intentionally. And that's what you need to do. Start to communicate your products, see if you have deficiencies or inabilities to communicate your product, and then start to improve upon those so that you can go out and get your product licensed and have people understand and get excited about your innovation. Thank you for watching that episode of License Your Invention with David Fidowa. I am your host, David Fidowa, and as you know, I'm always here to help you license your product. So get out there, expand your hole in your wall, expand it, be able to communicate your innovation to other people. If you need tools, I've created the Inventor Toolbox to help you get your product out there, including calling scripts, a list of companies. So scroll down below and click the link, put in your email address. We'll email that on over to you for the next episode. This is a drum roll, please. It is slay the beast of action and get in there and get in the market. So I can't wait to talk about this next topic.